Okay, thank you. So yeah. Yeah, just doing casual stream with this. And I thought I'd do this because it's just such... It's kind of a weird game, but I find it kind of interesting just because it is such an example of something you don't really see or think of much when it comes to Game Boy. I think it's kind of interesting. So yeah, we got these shoot me dudes. And it's... I remember hearing that apparently like this can go up to 16 person link battles, like, which I think would be kind of cool to see, but I know that apparently like there's been attempts to make a big multiplayer game attempts with this, or sessions rather. God. But yeah, while I was doing a little bit of practice making sure I could get this to work earlier. I had a bit of fun playing around with color combos. I think that's kind of... I like that they included that as a function for the Game Boy Color in advance. Yeah, it is kind of pretty crazy that this exists, just because, like, I mean, one, like, again, you don't really expect this kind of genre for the game, for the Game Boy. And it is kind of impressive that they could get this to render as well as it does. And it's kind of a thing of, like, it is impressive that they can have something like this work with the hardware and make it at least understandable enough that, I mean, you think about it, this is something that's being only done with, like, I believe it's 4 colors? Like, got the black, the white, the yellow, and the brown. And they managed to do a good job with, you know, they separate out what the things are easily enough. The floor's this kind of grainy, kind of a checker texture if you look at it close enough. The sky or ceiling is white, the walls are brown, and doors are this yellow. And just, yeah, it's interesting to see just how well this thing is able to kind of be rendered and done with. Like, it's chugging, obviously, like, with the frame rate, but it's honestly amazing that the Game Boy is in fact capable of doing something like this. And this is starting off pretty easy, but I do know that they eventually start having other like proper computer controlled enemies. Touch the pod. To use a pod, push against it and press B. Okay. Clue. Pods, like this, contain items and clues. Good to know. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a thing of like, okay, it's meant to be on a tiny screen and readable and all that. And I guess they don't want to interrupt the action. So they wouldn't just put up a block of text. But yeah, like... just that right. Okay, clue. To safely read clues, press start to pause the game. Oh. Okay. Still seems a bit silly that they can't just put it up in a thing, but okay, I mean that works. Oh, I do remember something else. Pressing select turns to an overhead view, and you can in fact still control your dude's movement. The display is not precise; it just kind of displays which general square you're in, and it doesn't. I mean, it does show where you're looking to a degree, but it kind of rounds it, as you can kind of see, like, because that arrow is just pointing east, but we are very clearly looking at kind of an angle. I mean, like, maybe if we just do that a little bit more, or that. Okay, man, that's pretty exact way to define a diagonal. But okay. Alright. Shoot me twos explode if touched. Kind of nightmare fuel. It's definitely surreal, I'll give it that. Could we survive an explosion? Yeesh. I mean, because I would say, I mean, I can agree to the degree of, like, if I just saw one of these just coming at me down a hallway, I'd probably freak out. So let's see, and if we touch you... No, yeah, you in fact do not explode, okay. Man, turnaround really is an operation in this game. Let's see. Oh, right, yeah, there's a timer, so yeah, we can't just log gag completely, but, I mean, we got over 200 seconds, so that's enough. Well, I would say I also kind of wonder what in particular inspires a nightmare fuel feeling for you in this game, Nate? Quickly. I wonder what must be done quickly. And boop you out of the way. And just got a bunch of these dudes. And this... Okay, let's try that again. Hey, here we go. See giant floaty faces in the environment. Yeah! Giant floaty faces are pretty freaky. Thinking on it, you with the right coloration for some of those, with how they're shaped, you can almost think of this as almost like a weird Pac-Man spin-off. With those Shoot Me 2s with their rounded shape and cylindrical bottom almost being like the ghosts. Anything there? No. I found myself also thinking with how all this is just done with like very simple shapes and all that. I could probably give a shot at like programming this in like Game Builder Garage or something. I should really pick that up again. Kind of got behind on that because of getting busy with other things, but it was pretty fun. Like I got through most of the lessons in that except for like the last one. I wouldn't exactly say that I'm still much of a good thinking when trying to do game design, but it had me thinking about it again. Let's see. Touch floor buttons to open and close secret doors. But yeah, I found myself over the course of playing, I mean, I'm not sure if you can call it playing well. Using Game Builder Garage had me thinking a bit about, you know, what it means to kind of try doing game design and programming and all that, and because it's one of those things where Game Builder Garage doesn't have like a proper like programming language, but it still kind of tries to orient you with the general idea of how programming stuff works. And it's kind of one of those things that had me thinking about how, like, I remember at one point thinking, man, it would be really cool to like make and design and my own game and all that, but I kind of got discouraged on that because of just how involved it could get. And I remember taking classes for it and eventually just getting too frustrated to do it, but maybe approaching it as like a hobby at some point and trying to get the time in might help with that. I think the issue with some of that is, like, I guess it's kind of a similar thing to do with, I think it's an issue I have sometimes with trying to do art, where there is very much a desire to make something big and complicated, and when I find that I don't have the drive to do something like that, or it just feels like there is just too much to possibly do, it becomes very easy to get demotivated. Let's see. There's a game that came out recently called Core that is basically a build-your-own world/game and add Fortnite-style aesthetics, and people can visit and play your creations. Huh. That sounds neat. Is that like a PC game? Or a console or multi thing? I shoot you too. PC, okay. Might give that a look at some point. So when are we gonna... I believe this is going to be a stage where we run into folks who shoot back. Judging from the title. To see your map, press select. Okay, I already knew that, but that's nice to know. Good that they're making sure people will, who apparently have no idea what they're doing, have a chance to know some things. That was close. You know, it's a thing that I really do think that we are lucky to live in an era where people can be so connected and can make things and share them. I shoot you spins and fires randomly. So that's I shoot you. Man, with how the game screen kind of has to warp the sprite, that almost looks like its face is like melting and shifting. Yeah. Alright, well, basic randomly shooting turret thing, kind of, when you think about it, so not too bad. But now there's an I shoot you too around the corner. Are you any more? Oh no, that was a shoot me. I thought maybe they were... Oh, what? What hit? And then maybe there's another one of these shoot me twos that just ran into me. Check your map. Now it shows more. Okay. Alright. Very simple stuff, but I mean, then again, it's a first-person shooter on Game Boy. It's kind of lucky that it's able to do this much at all, and it is easy. Meant to be the very easy end of things, like I was checking a little bit earlier, and it's like, depending on what difficulty you started on, it would be at like either it's starting at 1, 10, 20 or so, and that depended on what you were going for in terms of your difficulty selection. Like, I think it went from very easy, normal. I think it went hard, and then I think the hardest was called Radical. So let's see. Boop. Yeah. Yeah, I think there was like a Super Nintendo and Genesis port, I think. Atari ST. Yeah, 87. This was ported in 93, huh? So thinking about it, 93. Yeah, that would have been 16-bit era. Let's see. Oh, the Game Boy version was 91, huh? Yeah, that is pretty impressive. Like, because when I think about it, I know like there was X that eventually got made, and but I think that was much further down the line, and like this would have been well before stuff like you know, X, and then like Star Fox being on the Super Nintendo was a real accomplishment. Yeah, you gotta think this would probably have to be like in 1991. Having something with this kind of presentation on a handheld must have been like the frickin' bee's knees. Ah, you shot me. And you gotta think, like, it's technically impressive both on the level of, what was the level name called? Test. Test number 1, okay. But yeah, you gotta think between the first-person presentation and the multiplayer capability, this is, like, honestly, a very technically impressive Game Boy game. Hello, Brad. You've walked into smiley face hell. Predates both Wolfenstein 3D and Doom. This is technically the first FP. Oh my gosh! I would not. I would have thought, if anything, this would have come on like the heel of those. Nice. Honestly, that I feel like that makes it even more impressive. Yeah. Yeah, Stop Skeletons from Fighting kind of delves into some really neat and weird stuff. Like, and that really is the thing of, like, when you think about it, like, it's neat seeing the things of, like, all the times developers have, like, taken a piece of hardware and were like, what is some way we can do something so freaking extra with this hardware that may not be necessary but is still astounding. Ooh, we got a whole bunch of hints. Coins add to your score. Okay. Ooh, coin. And more coin. I'd be impressed with that. They can put off. Yeah. Because it really is a thing that, like, you know, when you think about Game Boy stuff, you usually think about something that is very much tile-based. Each $1,000 earns you a life. Neat. Ah! I'm almost dead. It's a button. Well, let's back out. So usually the Game Boy ports were not always the best. Looking at more, yeah, I remember hearing that there were some pretty garbo Mortal Kombat ports on the Game Boy and Game Boy Advance. The more money you have, the better life you have. Let's see. Not till the end of the Game Boy lifespan did games become more and more good at what they could do. Yeah, I mean that's kind of also kind of the story of a lot of hardware, but yeah, like it's kind of a thing, a funny thing that when you think about it, when Pokemon came out, that was like really late into the Game Boy's lifespan. Great. Zone 1 completed. Get a life in the next pod. Yay. Extra life. And yeah. And it is, let me tell you, it is a trip looking away from this game to look at like the sound meters and stuff for the OBS, and it is a weird thing realizing, oh yeah, real life actually has a higher frame rate than this. Seeing, yeah, Pokemon becoming one of the big keys to Game Boys. Yeah. Like, I would dare say that basically defined the Game Boy's existence within, like, the latter half of the 90s. I mean, it's like there were other good games, but yeah. Let's see. I shoot you too, moves, and shoots. Okay. Because, yeah, like, thinking about, like, because, like, I think especially one of the things that helped, that, like, Pokemon, because, like, besides just the fact that it was high, besides the fact that it just kind of existed and was Pokemon and all that, like, it really popularized some stuff like dual versions of things and connectivity, or at least emphasizing connectivity. Though, like, yeah, I was also thinking, like, when it comes to, thinking about late-stage Game Boy, when you get to stuff like Game Boy Color, I think another thing that I might eventually try to do on, you know, to stream eventually might be doing the Zelda Oracle games, because I remember enjoying them, but I don't think I ever beat them legitimately. I distinctly remember beating Oracle of Ages with a Game Shark. And I don't feel that good about that. So yeah, legitimately beating that I think would be a good idea, you know. Clue. Band-Aids will heal you. Neat. Hey! I mean, I guess I could have paused, but still. Heck you for shooting me while I'm reading. Yeah, because, like, I like the idea of, like, you know, besides just beating both games, the idea of, like, doing the whole password, secret stuff and, like, doing the extended, story thing, I think is a good, cool thing. I don't think I actually needed that Band-Aid, but oh well. But Yeah, it's one of those things where you think on the Game Boy and what was like mentioned about it being able to beat its competitors. It's a neat, kind of a weird, funny thing to think about it. How Game Boy and I guess kind of Nintendo's handhelds in general have this this long legacy of being not as technically impressive as their competitors and yet still winning out. I think this is a legit horror game. And Nate mentioned something about this being like nightmare fuel material, and like, yeah, you could probably have someone like with just a little bit of know-how working out like a little indie horror thing based on this kind of like visual representation and just weirdness. Yeah. And cause yeah, it's like, especially when you have those things of like they just appear out of nowhere. That is just funky. Let's see, what's this? I will not use that just yet. I think one thing that helps add to some of the creepiness is like some of like, besides just the visual thing of the weird creepy smiley faces, is like the way that the sprites kind of warp the visuals. Like the technical limitations I think kind of help with some of that. With adding into that kind of sense of uncanniness. Find the key. Some secret doors open with a key. Alright. Well, let's find the key then. Oh, heck! Did I just run into you, dude? Well, I'm going... And that dude's hitting pretty well for shooting at random. Cult simulator, escape a happy cult. Kinda. I could see that being the basis for a horror game. Let's see. Okay, what was... Okay, we got a door. Is this the key? Yes. Eh. Wait. Let's press that again. And here we go. Turkeys. Turkey. Weak, but sees well. Okay. Turkey. Ah! Oh, heck. He's hunting me down? Okay, so we're actually running into somewhat smart dudes. Okay. Is he the only one here? Okay, next spot. Ah, there's more. Have a nice day. Funky. All right. Oh. Yeah, that's something to have suddenly pushed into your face. Buttons open doors. Okay. Oh, heck. Okay. No, I guess I gotta move out of, like, this, square, like, kind of grid thing that seems to define each of these sections. What's here? Oh, I guess that kind of opened back around to here. And now there's something out there. Alright. I hope you managed to get some rest, Bren. Do let us know if you have any interesting smiley face based dreams. So I will also say another reason I'm glad that to have the chance to be trying this again. Or rather, let me get my thoughts. One of the reasons that I wanted to play this game, and that I'm happy it's kind of turning out well, is I wanted to try out a new controller. A little while back, I got this little number here. As you might be willing to guess from the look of the face buttons, it's basically a GameCube controller. It's based on this one that was designed by Hori a little while back. Meant primarily to be played with, the Game Boy player to play Game Boy Advance games and all that. And I wanted to give it a feel just to make sure I'd be comfortable playing it with some other games in the future. And I'll say so far it's working out well. I mean, this obviously doesn't try out the... This is not a game that uses the shoulder buttons, but... From having tapped them before, they seem like comfy enough. Like, I mean, and I guess I can use them to stretch the graphics a bit, because this is, effectively Game Boy Advance where that was a thing. Though that looks weird with the bounds of what I set for the stream, I suppose. But yeah, it feels nice. It's I find it a little bit weird because, you know, it being based on a GameCube's face buttons, the A button is this big honking thing compared to the B button. But, it's not bad. It probably helps that A button is kind of, as the primary form of input. Feels very comfortable and satisfying to push. No, here is the exit. The D-pad feels a little bit mushy. I kind of wish that it had a pivot. Because as it is, it's something that you can just kind of mash down. But it feels comfortable enough so far. Clue. Some walls are bulletproof glass. Ah, okay, so that's why it's flashing like that. 16 levels are, yeah. Yeah. I didn't have big plans for this, but like honestly, if I kind of need another night to just kind of goof off, maybe I'll try playing some of this to the end. It helps that the difficulty stuff effectively allows for a level skip if I really need it. Like, I'll see if I can't get to level 20 at least tonight. That's a nice round. That's a nice round number to reach. Mini maze. Oh heck. Just getting frickin' approached by a smiley face thing. Oh, that's glass. I did it. Oh heck. What are you? Ooh, coins. I guess there's only one song on this game, but at least it's a pleasant one. Also reminded of those Kirby enemies, the spinning bronze faces. Yeah, I can kind of see that too. Freeze up. Freeze stops drones cold. Aww. Okay. Freeze. F. What are you looking at? What are you looking at? Oh, heck. You actually unfreeze eventually. Okay. Alright. No. Oh, okay, so those were kind of containing them. Okay. Heck. Yes, yes. Believing that I was invincible. Let's see, okay, so where else do we go? Ah, okay. Test number 2. Ambush. Oh my. Something's lying in wait. Like this turkey who successfully shot us. And... aha! Oh wait, hold on. Gotcha! See, and... oh, there's a thing behind... How did I accidentally do... oh, no, 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 no! You ain't... getting me! And see if we can't get the drop on this guy. Oh, has he already circled around? No. Wait, what? What was that over there? Nope! You ain't getting me! Wait, where'd you get? Ah! Come on, I got you. Yeah. Yes, I am the master of this place. Wait, what was that? I saw you! And... where did you go? Oh, heck. Gotcha. So let's try this direction. Except I can't. This is new. Armor power-ups give you more hits. Good to know. Wait, is that a... Huck! Yeah, there is a dude. Like, okay, so... I just noticed on the radar screen. Okay, so those dots moving around is a dude. Okay. So what else is there? Because I thought I saw a dot for another dude walking around. Did that open the door? Yes. With armor. Though I don't really need it at this point. Seems like the stage is done. Ah. Ha. And that was stage 20, and you know, yeah, that's a good stopping point, I think. So, yeah. I will cut it off there, and for now, I will say thank you for joining me for this this little thing here, and well, look forward to. Well, hope to see you next time when I do when I start my new Pokemon journey. Seeing, getting my own personal impressions of Shield. Yeah. Well, good night.